Today it is Friday, September 22nd, AD 2023. The present, good evening and welcome to News Desk, 45 minutes of news about Liberia, Africa, and elsewhere. My name is Hanson Decker presenting in the headlines. Liberia joins Committee of Nations for the commemoration of International Day of Peace. As Chief Imam of Liberia, Ali Cry terms the International Observer Mission as a rubber stamp observation mission for what is termed as informed decision-making by the electorates. Consortium of Liberian media and civil society organizations discloses the hosting of two presidential debates. In the wake of speculation that the National Elections Commission has begun the counting of ballot papers, Director of Political Affairs at the Electoral House dispels rumors, says the ballot papers are yet to arrive in the country. And in foreign development, a lock of hair from a young Ethiopian prince who died over 140 years ago has been handed over in the UK to representatives from his home country. Details of these developments and news bulletin, the foreign developments post, and the voices of the newsmakers are all anticipated on today's edition of News Desk. We'll take a break to rejoin you. You wanna go, right? Thanks for rejoining us. Up next is Johnson Batoma with the news bulletin and the foreign development. Good evening, Johnson.
Good evening, Hansen. Good evening to all. Liberia has joined Committee of Nations for the commemoration of International Day of Peace. The day was graced by several foreign missions. Prominent Liberians colored with a parade and a panel discussion. Gracing the occasion, ECOWAS resident representative to Liberia, Josephine Nkrumah, urged Liberians to uphold the peace of Liberia in the wake of the October 10, 2023 elections. Speaking Thursday at a program marking the observance of International Day of Peace organized by the Kofi Annan Institute of Conflict Transformation, Nkrumah said, in the pursuit of attaining peace as the means to realizing the dreams and aspirations for a prosperous Liberia lies within each Liberian. The ECOWAS envoy said, in order for Liberia to harness this immense wealth of resources to its sustainable exploitation, peace is the prerequisite channel. Serving as one of the panelists, the chief imam of Liberia, Ila Cry, said, though Liberians commend the international community for their efforts in upholding its democracy, but Liberians are beginning to lose interest in the observer mission. Imam Cry further termed the International Observer Mission as a rubber-stamped observation mission that is always ready to validate any result from the National Elections Commission. He meanwhile said the act by the International Observer Mission to always validate any result was fraud and is a receipt for chaos. A consortium of Liberian media and civil society organizations have disclosed the hosting of two major presidential debates for all candidates ahead of the October 10 polls. The initiative is part of support for electoral democracy in Liberia, funded by UC Media Activity. Making a disclosure to RCI News Friday, the executive director of the Liberian Media for Democratic Initiatives, John Kwali, said, the presidential debate seeks to promote informed decision-making, enhance electoral transparency, foster civil engagement, facilitate policy analysis, and ensure equal representation for all candidates. According to Kwali, the two debates will be held on October 3rd and October 6th this year. He added that the October 3rd edition of the debate will be held at the famous Ellen Johnson Sully Ministerial Complex in Monrovia, while the second will be held in Banga City, Bon County. The LMD board said all 20 presidential candidates certified by the National Elections Commission to contest the October polls have been officially invited to participate in the debates. According noted that 10 of the 20 presidential candidates will be featured in the first phase of the debate in Monrovia, while the other 10 will participate in the second phase in Banga City, Bon County. The organizing consortium includes the Liberian Media for Democratic Initiatives, the Center for Media Studies and Peace Building, the Immersive Soya Foundation, the Association of Liberia Community Radios, Local Voices Liberia, and Female Journalists Association of Liberia, among others. Criminal Code E has released about 30 suspects from the Monrovia Central Prison on allegation of rape, but prosecuting lawyers took exception. George Maria Chinere Friday, according to RCI judicial correspondent, ruled that the 30 suspects were kept in prison beyond the statutory period in violation of Chapter 18, Section 18.2 of the Criminal Procedure Law of Liberia. The law states, unless in good case is shown, a court shall dismiss an indictment if the defendant not tried during the next proceeding term after the filing of indictment. George Chinawi's ruling maintained that the records before the court showed that 30 suspects have been in detention for more than 8 terms of court, which violates their constitutional rights. George Chinawi's September 22, 2023 decision was triggered by an application from the Office of the Public Defenders of Moswara County, where they accuse government lawyers of wrongfully detaining their clients without trial. Our judicial correspondent further said that the 30 suspects' offenses range from rape, statutory rape, to gang rape. The Director of Political Affairs at the National Elections Commission, Inatus Wise, dispelled rumors that the Commission has begun counting the ballot papers. Wise, appearing on state radio Thursday, noted that at no time the Commission commenced the counting of ballot papers. In his clarification, he told the people of Liberia that the ballot papers are yet to arrive in the country to be counted by the Electoral House. At the same time, the Director of Political Affairs at the National Elections Commission says the upcoming general and presidential elections will be done manually instead of being done electronically as was anticipated. The statement we say is in affirmation to the disclosure of the NEC boss before the Liberian Senate that the Commission or that the election will be conducted manually due to the decrease in the proposed budget sent to the Senate from 90 million to 53 million. We also clarified that the Election Commission is in no way engaging in counting or collecting voters' identification numbers purposely for voting ahead of the scheduled election date. Bapolu County Bapolu County District 2 Representative Kennedy Prince Timothy has expressed optimism that the Unity Party will win Bapolu County in the ensuing October 10 elections. Speaking to RCI on Friday, Timothy said, from the inception of the rescue team recently in the county, it suggests that citizens of the county are resolved to vote Ambassador Joseph Barker through the presidency. Timothy, who is contesting on the ticket of the Unity Party in the county, further stressed that though the county massively voted for the CDC in the 2017 elections, but said the CDC-led government has failed to deliver to the people of their promises made. Marketers of the Raleigh market have expressed excitement for the reconditioning of the damaged road in the area by businessman Patrick Kamoyon. The Raleigh market, or the Raleigh through Puebla market, road was constructed during the regime of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, but has since been damaged for the past 5 years, with dirty waters causing health hazard for the marketeers. Speaking during the rehabilitation of the road by businessman Patrick Kumayon, the marketeers noted that many commuters have fallen in the potholes filled with dirty waters and huge piles of garbage. According to the marketeers, they were excited upon receiving or seeing Patrick Kumayon who they refer to as one of their kind due to his long-term history as a petty trader rehabilitating the role. For his part, the Moswara County District 3 Representative candidate, Patrick Omoya, vowed to proffer a bill in the interest of the business people of Liberia. The Maswara County District 3 Representative Kennedy said, considering the business history as a plastic seller he will ensure that business people are given a priority over foreign nationals who he said are controlling the Liberian economy. He used the media to inform the marketers of his willingness to complete the road rehabilitation works aimed at giving them relief. Moswara County District 6 Representative Samuel Enos has expressed frustration with the lack of mobility for security personnel in the district. Speaking Friday when he appeared against on the State of the Nation and Troop FN, Representative Enos said it is disgraceful to have police assigned in a district of vehicles. According to him, the police will not be able to carry out their functions effectively in the absence of things that will complement the efforts of the police, especially during these critical times of the country assistance. At the same time, the Maswara County District 6 lawmaker has lauded the national government through the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency for efforts in fighting the issue of drugs in the district. Representative Eno said or also admonished residents of the district to report individuals involved into drug addiction and abuse. Moswara County District 12 Representative Kennedy George Sama has said October 7 as the date for his campaign launch ahead of the October polls. In comment, Representative George Sama making the disclosure to RCI News Friday said his campaign launch will have the entire district locked down with massive attendance. Representative Sama maintained that he has no competitor in the pending October 10 elections despite of the many or despite of the number of those contesting against him. At the same time, the Moswara County District 12 lawmaker has boasted of his re-election bid in the district based on tangibles. He named the construction of a 12 classroom annex at the Special Project High School worth over 100,000 United States dollars, a modern sport pitch in the chicken factory community, as well as the rehabilitation roads in various communities as reasons of his re-election. Representative George Sama further asserted that due to his developmental orientation, he is confident of defeating those contesting against him, thus extending invitation to his opponent for the dedication of the annex to the special project school and the sport page. Barely a month through the presidential and legislative elections, marketers in Boston District 1 Magabe County have endorsed the re-election bid of Representative Tiberosa Tapaway. The marketer said Representative Tapaway deserves a second-term base on his developmental and advocacy works across over the years. The fellow appreciated the Magabe County District 1 lawmaker for the many developmental initiatives, including the construction of the market building in Boston, something they said must be commendable. In response, the Magabe County Legislative Caucus Chair and District 1 lawmaker further thanked the marketers for recognizing his works across the district. Tapuan said he sees the endorsement as a motivation to continue his works for the people and not to fool or to satisfy the desire of oppositions. And away from Liberia, a lock of hair from a young Ethiopian prince who died over 140 years has been handed over to the UK to representatives from his hometown. In 1868, British soldiers took the prince away after invading the fortress of his father, that's Emperor and Teodu the Third, then who killed himself at the time. The crown prince died at the age of 18 in 1879 after an unhappy upbringing in the British. That's the news bulletin is back through a cousin that's Hinsin Decker for the continuation of the news program.
Johnson Batolman and the News Bulletin, a regular feature on the news program News Desk. If you are just joining us, in one of the top developments we are following in the wake of speculation that the National Elections Commission has begun the counting of ballot papers. Director of Political Affairs at the Electoral House dispersed rumors, says the ballot papers are yet to arrive in the country. Let's bring you the voices of the newsmakers. Liberia has joined Committee of Nations for the commemoration of International Day of Peace. The day was praised by several foreign missions, prominent Liberians colored with a parade and a panel discussion. Gracing the occasion, ECOWAS President Representative to Liberia Josephine Nkrumah urged Liberians to uphold the peace of Liberia in the wake of the October 10, 2023 elections. Serving as one of the panelists, the chief imam of Liberia, Ali Grait, said though Liberians commend the international community for their efforts in upholding its democracy, but Liberians are beginning to lose interest in their observer mission. Imam Grait further termed the international observer mission as a rubber-stamp observation mission that is always ready to validate any result from the National Elections Commission without objection. Imam Ali Cry is the chief imam of the Republic of Liberia that speaking added was the voice of ECOWAS President Representative of Liberia Josephine Nkrumah. He spoke Thursday at program marking the observance of International Day of Peace organized by the Kofi Annan Institute for Conflict Transformation. A consortium of Liberian media and civil society organizations has disclosed the hosting of two major presidential debates for all candidates ahead of the October 10 polls. The initiative is part of support for electoral democracy in Liberia funded by the USAID Media Activity. Making the disclosure to RCN News Friday, the executive director of the Liberia Media for Democratic Initiatives, John Collins, said the presidential debate seeks to promote informed decision making, enhance electoral transparency, foster civic engagement, facilitate policy analysis, and ensure equal representation for all candidates. John Colley is the executive director of the Liberia Media for Democratic Initiative for Pat Lynch, Pat Chief of Party for Internews, emphasized that the debate will help increase the engagement of citizens in the elections and bring about improved election processes that ensure trust in the future and promotion of peace. The Director of Political Affairs of the National Elections Commission, Inactus Wise, has dispelled rumors that the Commission has begun counting the ballot papers. Wise, appearing on the state radio Thursday, noted that at no time the Commission commenced the counting of ballot papers. In his clarification, he told the people of Liberia that the ballot papers are yet to arrive in the country to be counted by the Electoral House. I mean, what you one or two? Eh? Nectowija is the Director of Political Affairs at the National Elections Commission, dispelling rumors that the commission has begun the counting of ballot papers. Bapolu County District 2 Representative candidate Prince Tumeta has expressed optimism that the United Party will win Bapolu County in the ensuing October 10 elections. Speaking to RSN News Friday, Tumeta said from the inception of the reception of the rescue team recently in the county, it suggests that citizens of the county are resolved to vote Ambassador Joseph Boakai to the presidency. Prince Tometa is Bapolu County District 2 Representative candidate there. Speaking, marketeers of the red light market have expressed excitement for the reconditioning of the damaged road in the area by businessman Patrick Omoyan. The red light to Pipeline Market Road was constructed during the regime of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, but has since been damaged for the past 5 years, with dirty waters causing health hazard for the marketeers. Speaking during the rehabilitation of the road by businessman Patrick Omoyan, the marketers noted that many commuters have fallen in the potholes filled with dirty waters and huge part of garbage. For his part, the Montserrat County District 3 Representative Kennedy Patrick Command vowed to proffer the bills in the interest of business people in Liberia if elected. The Montserrat County District 3 candidate said, considering his business history as a plastic setter, he would ensure that business people are given priority over foreign nationals who, he said, are controlling the economy. Patrick Kumayan is Mansaurada County District 3 representative candidate that's speaking adult. You listen to the voices of marketeers in the red light market. Well, folks, if you are just joining us, a reminder of the top developments we are following this evening on the news program. Liberia joins Committee of Nations for the commemoration of International Day of Peace as Chief Imam of Liberia. Ali terms the International Observer Mission as a rubber stamp observation mission for what is termed as informed decision-making by the electorates. Consortium of Liberian media and civil society organization discloses the hosting of two presidential debates. In the wake of speculation that the National Elections Commission has begun the counting of ballot papers, Director of Political Affairs at the Electoral House dispels rumors, says that ballot papers are yet to arrive in the country. In foreign development, a lock of hair from a young Ethiopian prince who died over 140 years ago has been handed over in the UK to representatives from his home country. Let's continue with more developments. Montserrat County District 12 Representative candidate George Summer has set October 7 as the date for his campaign to launch ahead of the October 10 polls. Incumbent Representative Summer, making the disclosure to RSM News Friday, said his campaign launch will have the entire district locked down with massive in attendance. Representative Summer maintained that he has no competitors in the pending October 10, 2023 elections. At the same time, the Montserrat County District 12 lawmaker has boasted of his re-election bid in the district on the basis of tangibles named the construction of a 12 classroom annex at the Special Project High School worth over 100,000 United States dollars, a modern sports page in the Chigusu factory community, among others. Representative George Salmon is District 12 representing Montserrat County there speaking to the media. Montserrat County District 6 Representative Sam Ennis has expressed frustration over the lack of mobility for security personnel in the district. Speaking Friday when he appeared as guest on State of the Nation on Truth FM, Representative Ennis said, "It is disgraceful to have police assigned in the district without vehicles." The voice of Montserrat County District 6 Representative Samuel Enders. Barely a month through the presidential and legislative elections, marketeers in Boston District 1 Magibie County have endorsed the re-election bid of Representative Tiperusa Tampuwe. Marketeers said Representative Tampuwe deserves a second term bid for his based on his developmental and advocacy works over the years. In remarks, the Magibie County District 1 chairperson Lord Maycott further thanked the marketeers for recognizing his works across the district. Tampa said he sees the endorsement as a motivation to continue his works for his people and not to feel satisfied. Tiperusa Tampa is Magibie County Legislative Caucus Chair and the District 1 lawmaker there appreciating the marketeers of Boston for his endorsement. Edit were the voices of the marketeers, bringing us to the end of today's edition of News Desk. But as we take leave of you, these are the top stories we have been following. Liberia joins Committee of Nations for the commemoration of International Day of Peace as Chief Imam of Liberia, Ali Grai, terms the International Observers Mission as a rubber stamp observation mission for what is termed as informed decision-making by the electorates. Consortium of Liberian media and civil society organizations discusses the hosting of two presidential debates. In the wake of speculation that the National Elections Commission has begun the counting of ballot papers, Director of Political Affairs at the Electoral House dispels rumors, says the ballot papers are yet to arrive in the country. And in foreign development, a lock of hair from a young Ethiopian prince who died over 140 years ago has been handed over in the UK to representatives from his home country. Thanks to our correspondents, writers, reporters, editors, and those who helped in making today's edition of the news program is Success Johnson Batoma. Brothers, the news summary, the foreign development, Copas and Gaza controlled and ably coordinated the sound. Mayan Tobian ably coordinated this entire broadcast. He at Sintan sat behind the camera. For and on behalf of the entire news team, my name is Henson Deka. Good evening.
When it comes to communication in Liberia, Orange is number one.
Orange is the best. Orange is the best. Oh, Orange is the best.
Orange is the best.
Strongest network, widest coverage,
Orange is the best.
fastest internet speed.
Orange is the best.
People, Orange is the best. Yes, Orange is the best.
Lamakitie, Naratama, please woo. Company Guinea, that's a Orange. Top of number one. Swing it.
Company is Orange. I don't got the best.
Orange will make you the telephone offer.
Reliable, trusted, and dependable.
Orange is about 7. Yeah, Orange is
Orange is the best.
It's all about what matters to you. Orange.